Okay, what are you doing, Big Daddy?
Oh my god. We're gonna start at the back and tear that threshold up and then work our way forward and turn the floor up.
Okay.
Okay.
I know. So what'd you find?
A floor.
That's disgusting. So how are you gonna clean that?
A wire wheel.
Wait, what's
Some
a
flat
wire
discs.
wheel?
Whatever kind of grinder stuff we can find to clean it. Strip disc.
Okay. Alright, so new game plan.
Rundown.
Oh my god. Okay, but no, for real.
See if we can find a monster scraper. Rip all this crap up.
So basically what we found
Oh,
when we started this,
that's a lot of glue.
and it's like, I mean, it's so hard to get this up. Just the pry bar. What was your initial thought? What did you see? Somebody was using a jack.
Because some of the buses have like a sheet of plywood below the rubber, but this is just a steel pan.
So, all right, so we're gonna run to Lowe's again and try to get a big scraper for this. Basically, we just spent the last, 45 minutes ripping up all of those metal.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is.
Oh my God. Anyways, we just spent a long time ripping up all of these metal brackets that we're holding down
The center section of the floor.
a little walkway here. So, I don't know what else. I feel like we need to be a little bit more proactive, like next step. And if we're gonna need anything while we're at Lowe's, I don't know.
I don't think Lowe's carries chassis saver for the floor.
So
They
basically,
they got any like grinder wheels, strip disc, brushes.
okay, so after we rip up the floor, we have to get all of the rust shit off.
Yep.
Stuff. I don't know. Are we keeping this PG?
Are we PG?
No. All right. Look how disgusting this is. Are you gonna see if this works?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I feel like this is still gonna take forever.
I think if we go get the right blade for it, it might do a decent job.
What do you mean the right blade?
They have like an actual scraper blade for it. I don't have one with me.
So still a Lowe's run.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, here we go.
So it's like day 5 or day 6. I'm not really sure. I've lost track. We took the day off yesterday of demo, and then we went to get some insulation board that we found on Marketplace for a good deal. So I'm gonna get cleaning up in here and start tearing the floor up, and hopefully we'll get to rust removal after that. Well, we're making progress, but this is gonna be a slow process. I think the multi-tool is a good addition to the scraper. It's just a matter of working little sections up and then getting rid of them. So I'll put on time lapse and just keep going.
We uncovered a couple rust patches. That one we knew about. This one.
Kind of assumed,
Yeah.
since this one was rusted.
We'll have to repair those.
Not a big deal.
Huh?
Not a big deal.
All right. We can make dinner.
What's the plan, lady?
Well, oh god. We're just gonna finish cleaning this up a little bit so we can actually see what we're doing. Now that we've had dinner and it's dark and that baby is in bed, we're gonna try to finish these last two little sections, right? Well, 3. Oh my god. But I tell you what, my hands are sore. My body is sore. I'm like an old grandma. I don't think I've been conditioned for this kind of life.
Oh, man.
All right.
So I spent the morning off camera cleaning up the bus, getting things in the dumpster, just kind of swept up and taken care of. I'm gonna try and figure out how to get the whole front of the bus cleaned up, get the rubberized flooring out of the steps and out of the floor and out of the driver's seat. See if I can't figure out what else needs to come up and out. So once I get the rubber floor out of the steps, out of this little landing, and then maybe out from underneath the driver's seat, we should be able to kind of go through the floor, get any loose rust up, and then cut out any actual rust holes. We got 2 in the back in front of the wheel wells. We should be able to start replating that, and then we should be able to get a coat of paint down, and then move on from there. So as I'm going through taking these panels off and these little different trim pieces and stuff, I'm trying to get them broke free without breaking them or bending them. That way I don't have to go back through, and when we go to put the floor down and start putting all these trim pieces in, either buy new or even attempt to rebuild or make them. I mean, straightening something like this is going to be a lot easier than reforming it and then making it fit the way that it was. So that's what we're doing now, trying to get pieces out. So we're back out here again this morning. We haven't really accomplished a whole lot the last couple days. Kind of took an easy day yesterday, just recoup. And then today we kind of talked through more things than we've done. So we're at the point now we're ready to grind the floor, get any of the loose rust up, and then get these patches made for the rust spots. We're just gonna use a couple grinders and then some knotted wire wheels. And then I've got these leftover strip discs from a project that I was gonna do. So we're gonna give them a shot. Just get any of the loose rust and kind of heavier rust up. That way we can get some paint on it when we're done. So we have the floor finished now. We got all the loose rust up, any of the adhesive, and the leftover small little pieces of the rubberized floor are up now. We got a little bit left to do on the steps here, and then underneath the seat But the seat's gonna come out. We're gonna repaint it and probably put a new seat on it. And then there's some rust holes in the steps. I'm not real worried about them right now. We're ready to go and cut each section of the wheel well out and then put new patch panels in, and then we can get some paint on it. So we're back from our weekend camping trip. We're out here in the bus again. I'm gonna take care of the holes in the wheel wells of the floorboard and the floorboards. We're gonna cut them out, put some new metal in, and then we'll move on to doing some paint on the floor, and then we might work on the outside of the bus a little bit, maybe do some lighting. As I'm beginning to realize a lot of this stuff is kind of just winging it. We'll see where we end up when we end up where we end up, I guess. So I'm gonna start on the floor and we'll go from there. So like I've said, we've got a few rust spots to take care of. We've got this wheel well, and then we have a small little rust spot here that's starting to form. And then we have this lower step that needs to be taken care of. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of that out, and then we'll resize some new metal. I've got some 16 gauge plate, and I might attempt to even use some of the sidewalls that we cut out of the bus. Maybe like the roof, I don't know, we'll see what we can use. If it's weldable, if it's not, then we'll just use the good sheet metal that I've got, and we'll just start replacing the spots that need put in. So now I've got the holes cut, all the rust is taken care of, cut out, so we've got flat, straight surfaces to re-weld to. We'll take the sheet metal here, 16 gauge sheet, and we'll just transfer the measurements onto the new sheet. We'll cut the sheets out, and we'll tack them in place on both sides here. And then once they're fully welded, we'll go ahead and seam seal them, and then we'll move up front and do the floor and the step. And once that's done, we should be good to start putting some paint down and move on to other things. So I got the batteries for the bus disconnected already. I got the welder set up in here, and I was testing out settings on the driver's side patch. I extended the floor up to the wheel well. I'm trying to not have to bend a piece from the wheel well down into the floor. So I'm just gonna cut the pieces that I need to fit it the way that I want it to fit. So it's all solid and all sealed. The passenger side here is cut, it fits good, it's ready to be tacked in, so I'm going to just keep bouncing back and forth between the two. I'm going to cut some more out of this sheet to get it all sealed, and then we can move up to the front and work on the floor and the step. So I'm back out here again this morning. Allison and Blake, they're still inside doing schoolwork. I didn't finish up the patch panels yesterday. We had some stuff come up, so I'm gonna hopefully knock these out today, and then we can move on. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I've got the floor patched up so far. I'm onto the stair now. I took the left side of the door off so I could get access to this lower section, in here in this corner. I'm gonna end up cutting that out. I'm gonna try and save as much of the step as I can and then just cut this side out too. But I have a feeling I'm gonna end up cutting the whole thing out. So I guess we'll see what happens as I dig into this a little more. I'm back out again this morning. It's super windy, so we're gonna see how welding outside does today. I'm probably gonna end up having all my welding gas blown away, but we'll figure it out. I got this bottom step to still finish up. I got it all cut out yesterday. I'm gonna go through my scrap bin and kind of see what pieces that I have that I can reform this step with, and we'll see what happens. So the step's probably gonna end up being multiple pieces of sheet and probably some angle, maybe a little bit of channel, I don't know. Whatever I can find that'll work and make it solid and just one piece and sealed. It doesn't have to be pretty. All of this is gonna be covered by probably insulation, floor, a step back, whatever you call it. And we're probably gonna do something on these inside pieces as well. So again, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's probably not going to look pretty just based off of what I have available to me at the moment. I don't care. It's going to be hidden. So as long as it's solid and doesn't leak, it's not a big deal. So to grind the bulk of these welds down, I'm going to use this backing pad for the grinder that I got from Tractor Supply, and then these 3M Cubitron like quick change sanding discs. I think this is like a 36 grit, 80 grit, I don't know. It's really coarse and it should take care of it real fast. I used to use these when I did a lot of welding for work, so I figured might as well use what I'm familiar with, because I know it's got good quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this all down, and if I need to, I'll use a flat disc to smooth it all out, but we'll get started now. So
One eternity later.
This smells like burnt popcorn.
Popcorn, anyone?
Okay. So, all right. So where do we begin?
I don't know.
So
we
this-
cleaned out the bus. We moved into the shop.
We moved into the shop, but let's start there. Let's start from the beginning. We moved into the shop this afternoon. Basically, Dad's almost done with harvest, so he said that we could have the shop, which is amazing because now we can work at night
All the children sleep.
while the children sleep. That's
Since
the
we
only
can't
time.
get anything else done during the day.
That's the only time we can get anything done. So where we're at right now, we cleaned out the entire bus. So basically, we were like living out of the bus, not living out of the bus.
Storing everything out in the
Yes,
bus.
we were
Out of-
working out of the bus. Everything was in the bus that we were using to work on. It would have to come out every time. We were acquiring more and more stuff. Long story short, there was a whole bunch of stuff everywhere in here. So that now has a place in the shop, out of the way. We are welding.
Yes. Welding. Finish grinding. I don't know what you call it.
I mean, basically, we were pretty much at the point where we could put the chassis saver down, but we needed to.
Minus a couple little spots needed finished, I guess.
Yep, and then, so I'm gonna grind all of this paint off where the seat was. Adam's gonna finish up those couple little spots there, and then we're gonna blow this whole thing out, probably with the leaf blower. I don't know,
Probably.
we'll see.
I don't know.
We may have to vacuum some of the crevices and whatnot, but that's kind of where we're at. Once we get all that completely cleaned out, be able to put that chassis saver down.
Hopefully paint tomorrow,
Hopefully.
maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, because I would like to go and watch the floor this
No.
evening.
Well, we gotta get moving, so.
We got to go. So
Got
that's
to
where
go.
we're at. Alright, so I've been over here sanding off all of this extra nasty paint. And Adam has been over here. What have you been doing?
This top step had a funky like bounce in it, and it's kind of double plated on it. So I drilled through the top into the bottom and left it. I drilled through the top plate and left the bottom plate without a hole in it, so I can put pressure down on the top and weld kind of like I don't know, a plug weld sort of from the bottom step, from the bottom of the top step. I welded to the plate below the step
There you
to
go.
suck the top step down to it so it gets rid of the bounce.
Hopefully.
That's the plan. It's worked so far. We got two. I think I'm on the last one and there's no more bounce in it, so we'll see what happens when it cools off.
Okay.
All right, Mama. Come tell me what you think of this stair.
Oh, all right. As in like the squeak or the lack thereof?
Well, all of it.
I don't have any squeaky floor vibes.
All right. It doesn't seem like a haunted house anymore?
No.
Okay. What about that bottom step? Does it flex anymore? Do you feel any flex on it?
I mean, I didn't feel any flex before, but maybe I just didn't weigh as much as you.
Is that a fat joke? Allison ground the seat platform down, all the flaky, rusty, I don't know, coating paint.
Yes, she did.
I don't even know what it was. And then I added the small C-channel type piece that was below this bottom step when I cut it off the first time. I just ground down the edges and then re-welded it onto it just to strengthen it a little bit more than it was. And then we got rid of this funky bump going in.
Anyways, that's it for tonight.
Yeah, that's it for tonight. We're gonna come back out tomorrow after school and I'd clean it up a little bit, blow it out, vacuum it a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully get all the dust and crap out of there and then throw some paint down.
Oh,
We're gonna call it a night.
Yeah. Gotta go watch the floor.
I'm Rob Lowe, and this is The Floor.
So we got the bus out of the shop. We got it all cleared out last night. So we're ready to take probably, I don't know, I got a leaf blower, maybe use the air compressor, sweep it a little bit, maybe vacuum some too. But we're gonna try and clean it all out. That way we can get paint down and then keep moving.
Where am I? With every job that we're doing, it's like we think we're ready for something, but then there's like one thing that needs finished.
The insulation up there has nothing to do with the floor.
Listen. Anyways, all right. So we are getting ready. This is our paint stirrer. We're getting ready to put the chassis saver down. Finally, on the floor. Just on the inside. We'll probably do chassis saver on the outside. On the parts that I ground.
Sassy.
Anyways, that's what we're doing. Chassis saver. I might take the rest of this now. Ew. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take the first little swipe and then Adam and I are gonna work together. We put a drop cloth down underneath just because I don't want to get this all over Dad's shop floor and neither does Adam. So we're gonna just move it periodically. because we have the holes from all of the seats that we just left. But I'm so nervous. So nervous. Okay, here we go. Do I just like bloop it down there? Just like that?
Yeah.
And do I have to like go like to a certain point or?
No, just cover it with paint.
Wow, how much paint?
I don't know.
This is where Blakely gets all of her questions.
Yeah.
Oh, it's burning my eyeballs. Like, is that good or does it need to go up further?
Perfect.
You're perfect. I feel like this is just absorbing heat. Actually, I feel like this dries really fast. Does it dry really fast?
I don't know. I've never used this.
Okay. Now I know how Blakely feels when people just want to discount all of her questions.
Well.
What if I get it on the wall?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We're gonna put this on time lapse so we can get this done. And so you don't have to listen to another round of 20 questions.
Wow.
How's it going?
It's going. Did you get a little glimpse of all the accomplishments that your phone probably didn't catch because it died?
I freaking hope I got it.
So we are almost done. Literally just the steps. And I mean, or maybe we're hallucinating. Maybe we're still back there, but we're just hallucinating that we're done. Because we didn't wear respirators. It's 10:30 now. We started at what, 7:30? 3 hours?
I don't remember.
I feel like 8 o'clock max. It has taken us longer to paint this stuff than it did to rip out all of the seats. I feel like we're going to run out of paint.
Well, it's slow going this evening. You done yet?
Almost. Looks real nice though, doesn't it? What do you think? Is that good?
Looks pretty good to me. You want to just paint the yellow since you already slopped some paint right there?
Here.
So we're done painting.
That's it.
What do you think?
Very nice.
I think it looks fantastic. There's like a print that was like touch it a little bit.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.